Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Srila Prabhupada. We're reading from Prabhupada's letter. Letter to Hayagreep, Los Angeles, 8 November 1968. My dear Hayagreep, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated October 31st, 1968. And I am so much pleased to read the contents. I understand that you have started to firmly initiate a campus society called OSU Yoga Society. It would have been better to name it as Bhakti Yoga Society. Otherwise, this society may be understood as one of the many yoga societies. Anyway, whatever the name may be, it does not matter. If you are successful in capturing the students for chanting in the auditorium, it will be a great success. I think you have already been informed that this time I entered USA on immigrant visa. That is to say, I have been admitted as permanent resident on the order of ordained religious minister. So this was a great problem, and Krishna has now solved it. I have got also my landed immigrant visa in Canada, but I think I shall surrender it. I also understand that you do not want to get married now, but if you marry at all, you should marry now. Because after the age of 30, marriage is not so pleasing. Practically, I am giving in charge of the different contents of the centers. Practically, I am giving in charge of the different centers to the grihasthas. If you decide to marry, there are many devotee girls, and one of them may be a very nice companion for you, for your devotional life. You prefer to be free, but a devoted wife is as good as freedom. The Grihastha disciples, just like Shamasundar, Mukund, and Gurudas, with their wives are doing very nicely in London. Similarly, Dayananda and his wife Nandarani are doing very nicely there. Here. Similarly, Shatswarup and his wife Jadurani are doing very nice in Boston. Another Grihastha, Gaurasundar, has gone to Hawaii. And his wife may go there also. And he will organize the Pacific religion. Sorry. He will organize the Pacific region. So we have taken this new Vrindavan scheme. And it has to be developed very nicely. Now, because I have got my permanent visa, there is no question of my convenience. Whenever you think I should go to New Vrindavan, I am prepared to go there. but I think I shall go there when there is electricity because I want to work my dictaphone with me. And I understand the electricity is not connected, it's still there. And I shall be glad to know when you expect to have electricity connection. I have already left Montreal, and from Montreal I went to Santa Fe, and then I have come here on the 28th of October. Regarding the Bhagavad Gita, yes, you must get a considerable discount. You will get 40% less than the list price. And I wish that you will distribute at least 1000 copies amongst your students. And thereby you will be able to save at least $1,000 for developing new Vrindavan skill. There are 42,000 students in your university. And if 5% of them purchased our Gita, then we can sell at least 2000 copies there. So I hope you'll try for this. As far as possible, it will be both propaganda as well as income for the new Vrindavan scheme. When you order to Brahmananda, you can mention this statement of mine. And in the meantime, when I write to him again, I shall also inform him about that discount. In the meantime, recently I have received 40 complete sets of Srimad Bhagavatam, and if you so desire, you can order some sets immediately. I have not heard from Kirtanananda for many days, and I have received from Pradyumna one letter, and I have replied him. I am anxious to know also when I shall get the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam completely revised. Then we shall begin our second canto. The newer boys are very much anxious to start our own press immediately, and we must have sufficient matter to print in the press continually. The deity worship must be continued by everyone. Another secret of success is that when one is very much sexually disturbed, he should think of Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, and he'll forget his sex urge. To think of Krishna's pastimes with gopis, but not to try to imitate. Hoping you are all well. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Hare Krishna. Who's the next level?
Maharaj, Vanchitari Prabhu is there, Amritesh Gaur Prabhu is also there.
Bangshidevbu.
Yes, Maharaj. Letter to Jadu Rani, Los Angeles, 14 December 1968. My dear Jadu Rani, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your nice letter of December 4, 1968, and I have noted the contents very carefully. I have looked at the two small pictures you sent, and I approve of both of them. This is called Rajasthan style, and it is very nice. These two pictures, if nicely painted, will look very good in our temples. Also, there is one very nice photograph of my Guru Maharaj which I want you to paint, and I will send it to you there. It was found by Guru Das in London, and he has sent me 2 copies of it. It was taken just after his acceptance of sannyas, and with the Srimad Bhagavatam opened before him. So I shall send it. So far, Los Angeles temple is concerned, we have just now leased a very big church with large meeting hall and various compartments. So here we shall need very many very large paintings for making the hall attractive. If it is possible, you can paint very large ones, as large or even larger than the one you sent to Montreal of the gopis. Regarding the gesso sizing of the canvases, if they last for 20 years, that is fine and plenty long enough. The other process sounds too complicated, and this plastic sounds to be very nice. DT worship is for such persons who have ample time. The thing is, DT worship is compulsory and you can increase if you have got time to do so. But Mangal Artik is essential, morning Arti, and Sandhartik, evening Arti is essential. And offering of prasadam to DT is essential. And nice dress decorating the deity with sweet smelling flowers, colorful and very opulent dresses, jewels, incenses, etc. to make them very brilliant and attractive. That is real deity worship. I hope you are all well there and happy in Krishna consciousness. Your ever well wisher is Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Amritaji Gurbu.
Letter to Satyabhama, Los Angeles, 27 December 1968. My dear Satyabhama, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your very nice and encouraging letter dated December 20, 1968, and I have noted the contents with great pleasure. There is a statement of Sri Naradji. The exact Sanskrit words are Sadharmasya avavadhaya jenam nirbandhini mati achirat eva sarvartha siddhati esham akshipashitan. The purport is that anyone desiring to raise the people's standard of advancement in spiritual life will have their noble desire very soon successful by the grace of the Lord. So I am glad to see your enthusiasm in the matter of starting a Krishna consciousness primary school in New Vrindavan. And it will be just befitting that you become the headmistress of the school. I have shown your letter to Professor Howard Wheeler, Haigreve Das Adhikari. He was just married the day before yesterday with Syamadasi, a very nice girl like you. I am also enclosing Haigrif's letter to you along with this. Now you can do the needful and make arrangements to start the school immediately. If you take charge of the children of our devotees and give them nice education, strictly on Krishna consciousness principles, it will be great help to the preachers. Just like our 6 students, husbands and wives who are preaching in London. One of them has got a child, and as soon as she is at least 2 years old, she may be sent under your care. New Vrindavan is just the suitable place for keeping cows and children. It will be an ideal residential quarter completely for spiritual life. And I hope for the future, the Americans must evaluate this enterprise as very, very valuable. If you want to write books for children, storybooks about Krishna's pastimes, I shall give you nice hints, and Hansadut and Himavati can help you with nice pictures. I shall give you some facts about Lord Jagannath also, and I am very glad to learn the practical result of deity worship in your behavior. I am so glad to learn that you are feeling development of a bit of affection for Jagannath by personally taking care. And that is the way of increasing our love of Godhead. Deity worship is a practical demonstration and hearing from the spiritual master is the nourishment of the idea. Krishna consciousness, yes. Krishna consciousness is so nice that anyone who has a little taste of it must feel a distinction between his past and present life. It is not only the case with you, but it is the case for everyone who has the fortunate opportunity for coming into contact with Krishna. I thank you very much for taking my time in this way. May Krishna be pleased upon you. Both you and your good husband will be more and more spiritually happy by your nice service attitude in Krishna consciousness. Actually, I have no desire to start the school in any city. City life, especially in this age of Kali Yuga, is very much polluted. Poet Cowper stated that the city is made by man and the village is made by God. So in the village, there is a natural tendency for Krishna consciousness. So we want to develop such atmosphere in New Vrindavan. Your cooperation in this matter will very much encourage me. Thank you once more for your letter. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Ramlabu,
Hare Krishna Madhanta. Letter to Yamuna, Los Angeles, 10th April 1970. My dear Yamuna, please accept my blessings. I thank you very much for your parfait. It is so nicely made. Lest it go out of stock. Let it go out of stock list. I am eating only a very little quantity daily. But how you have made it, if you send the formula, maybe Nand Kumar or Devanand may be able to prepare it. I hope you are taking care of the deities with great attention and teaching your younger god brothers and sisters to follow the Archan Vedi. As we open many branches, we shall require many devotees like you to take care of the deities very nicely. So be happy in Krishna consciousness, and I shall pray to Lord Krishna for your greater achievement and devotional service. Thank you very much. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Sasikumar Nemai,
Hare Krishna Dandatam Maharaj. Letter to Vishnu Jana. Vishnu Jana Swami Maharaj. Kolkata, 4th November 1971. Dear Vishnu Jan Das Maharaj, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated nil and have noted the contents carefully. It is very encouraging for me to hear that my sannyasis are traveling and preaching. Regarding keeping our temple clean, this is essential. Unless one can maintain the temples we present unless we can maintain the temples we presently have excellently clean, we should not open new centers. Two men may remain at the temple and clean thoroughly every day, and the rest should go to the streets for Sankirtan. For a spiritual life, chanting Hare Krishna is sufficient, but because we are habituated to unclean habits, we must have temples worship. Sankirtan will keep everyone's mind clean, and surely this quarreling will cease. The best thing would be if you could combine the road show with visits to cities that have existing temples. In this way, you could enliven the devotees tremendously. We must keep our existing centers strong. This will be the greatest preaching program if we can if you can travel and distribute literatures. I have experience in Sydney. When I spoke at the university, the students bought my literature. Enclosed are secret threads for Sri Galimdas and Dvij. As far as Kunja Bihari is concerned, you please consult with Karandhar on this matter. Your ever well wisher, yes, your ever well wisher, AC Bhakti Vedanta Swami, MS JDB.
Who can read now? Okay, Shweta Parichan.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Letter to Himavati, Delhi, 17 November 1971. My dear Himavati, please accept my blessings. I have received your letter of November 2nd, 1971, and I have appreciated the contents carefully. I am specially pleased that you are finding great pleasure in serving their lordship in Hamburg Temple as Pujari. I think that under your care, they have become very gorgeous and satisfied. It is the sole aim of life to be constantly absorbed in thoughts about Radharani and Krishna. And because you are so determined to become fully Krishna conscious, Krishna has given you this opportunity to realize that aim by serving Him directly. I have always instructed that the standard of Archana worship must be kept very high because this will ensure that every other temple activity will also flourish. So I am relieved to know that now the deities are in your care. Thank you for this. If one simply deposits all of his or her loving propensity onto the deity of Krishna, immediately they are relieved of anxiety due to material sense agitations. This is Krishna consciousness. Your prayer that you may be put always in difficulty in this is just like Queen Kunti Devi. She prayed to Krishna in the same way because whenever there was trouble, Krishna felt the suffering of his devotees and stayed by them to help them. And as soon as the trouble ended, Krishna went away. So let us always pray that Krishna may put us into difficulty so that we may accept that he will also remain by us and not go away. You have a natural inclination as a teacher of small children, and I think that you should utilize it to instruct your young children of Hamburg in Krishna consciousness. Children, especially, are inclined to appreciate Krishna's pastime, so begin by reading to them from Krishna book. They are not yet covered by false prestige and will very quickly take to tapasya as if it were amusing like a game. Just see the young brahmacharis in India. The guru says, do this, do that. Immediately they do. They go out and bake all day in the hot sun and come back with a little rice. Then take rest on the floor with no covering. And they are enjoying. It is pleasurable to them to work very hard. So it is very important to train children to endure all sorts of hardship and restrictions at the boyhood stage. Later one Later, no one will renounce what he has accepted as the standard of enjoyment to accept a standard of less enjoyment. So, I think you should begin immediately holding class regularly and advertising for it. I understand the German people are very fond of kindergarten schools, so let them send their children to us for receiving the highest education. because because mushrooms grow in a filthy place. They are not usually offered to Krishna. It is very nice that all the men should participate in deity worship. This will sanctify their all other work. I think you are the most clever manager, better than your husband, because you are organizing temple routine very nicely for serving the deities, and this will have very good results for everyone. I hope this meets you in good health and cheerful mood. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Jaggeshini Hatre.
Hare Krishna Danvat Pranam Guru Maharaj. Letter, letter to Arundhati, Amsterdam, 30th July 1972. My dear Arundhati, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated July 1972, and I am simply surprised that you want to give up your child to some other persons, even they are also devotees. For you, child worship is more important than deity worship. If you cannot spend time with him, then stop the duties of pujari. At least you must take good care of your son until he is 4 years old. And if after that time you are unable to make unable anymore to take care of him, and then I shall take care. These children are given to us by Krishna. They are Vaishnavas, and we must be very careful to protect them. These are not ordinary children, they are Vaikuntha children. And we are very fortunate we can give them chance to advance further in Krishna consciousness. That is very great responsibility. Do not neglect it or be confused. Your duty is very clear. Hoping this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
So this is a famous quote. So child care is more important than deity worship. Actually, we have to understand that in which circumstances. That means if your child care is more important than deity worship, like you have Goshala in the temple. So the Goshala 1 kilo milk, 1 liter milk. So child worship more important to feed the child only this milk, not to the deity. So don't twist this statement in such way. Like this Arundhati Mataji was so sincere preaching and deity worship. She was neglecting child, giving other. So in that context, Prabhupada had to tell this type of thing. Otherwise, she's a mother and she was a deity worship. She's not taking care of her child and giving to someone and engage deity worship. So for her, this statement is needed. जो is more important than control for our fulfillment our agenda. For fulfilling our agenda, we should not twist this. We should try to understand in which context Prabhupada has told this. Like if someone has deity in the home. Now, Prabhupada, deity worship more important than child. I have child, so now I'll close the altar. I'll not do worship. Oh, because it's as good as deity, as good as child here. So whole day I'll take care of this child. So why should take care of the deity? Prabhupada said it's better. So why it could lesser? One should not think it as. Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada letter ki jai. Good one.